life into something that you can never own.
Hello, Capricorn. Here's your reading for the week of January 22nd through about the 28th. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say for you. Need 3 cards for my Capricorns, please. Okay, these ones came out. These 2. And 1 more. I need... what is challenging my Capricorns? I think this guy came up right. And what is your recommendations for my Capricorns? Okay, Capricorns, in your recent past position, you have the 8 of Swords. In your current energies, you have the 9 of Cups. In your near future position, you have the Hermit. The challenge for the week is the Hierophant. The challenge for the week is the Chariot in reverse. And then what is recommended for you is the Hierophant. Now, the 8 of Swords indicates to me that you had felt some type of restriction in the recent past. This could have been you needing to place restrictions on yourself, or you felt like you didn't know how to move forward, or there was no way forward, or you were like restricted in some kind of way. The swords often indicate our thoughts, so this could have been just like something you were doing to yourself in a way and not actually really being placed upon you. I often was getting this when I was studying for, I was in school for something that I just finally finished, but it was kind of tricky for me. It was a lot of work, and I had to stay focused. And to do that, I needed to restrict myself. I needed to stay home, stay focused, and really just grind it out until I got it done. So that was me having to place those restrictions on myself because I had to get something done. So whatever this was for you, it was somehow you were restricted in some way. Either you had to get something done, or you just felt like you didn't have any movement in any kind of way. But in your current energies is the 9 of Cups, which is all about contentment. So you've gone from this very restrictive phase. Maybe you were working on something and now it's finally completed, and now you're feeling very content and satisfied. So that's fantastic. But in your near future, you're going to have the Hermit energy coming in for you. The Hermit is all about introspection and kind of going within, kind of analyzing yourself a little further, understanding yourself to gain more clarity and to kind of almost like gain more peace within yourself. But what is challenging you this week is the Chariot in reverse. And when this card is about movement regardless which way it's facing. But when it's in reverse, it's almost like telling you to take a second look and make sure the direction you're headed in is really the one that you want to really truly go in. And what is recommended for you is the Hierophant. Now, I think this is very interesting because the Hierophant is about structure, it's about societies, it could be about religion, but it's kind of like it represents those structured societal belief systems or systems within society, the kind of long-standing traditions and values. So I wonder if for some of you this is recommending maybe you should go back to school for something or get some kind of certification or further your education. If this is you just coming off of school, maybe this is saying that there could be something else that might be valuable to you if you go back again. Because I was getting this. I was asking the cards a couple months ago because I was finishing one program. I was nearing the end of that. And I was thinking about maybe what if I went back for something a little lighter, but something that I felt that was going to be more beneficial as well for like in the computer field. And I kept getting the Hierophant, so I kept kind of seeing it as a good idea. And now here we are. Here I am back in school after I said I wasn't going to do it again. But, you know, some of us just like the suffering. But I think this is going to be a little bit lighter for me. So anyway, but I think there's some kind of benefit this week that you can gain from either some information that's been out there for a long time, or even it could indicate even kind of spirituality, because a Hierophant can be about spirituality. So maybe there's some type of spirituality or something that can help shed light on the direction you're going. Because I feel like with this being, because a lot of these cards to me are about a little bit about finding peace. Like the Nine of Cups is he's very content, he's very happy. And then the Hermit is about kind of finding some inner peace or gaining some kind of knowledge about inner peace. But a lot of times when we're going through this Hierophant, or not I keep calling the Hierophant, the Hermit mode. Sorry guys, the Hierophant's over here. When we go through this Hermit mode, this is for the longer term. We go through these processes to try to gain some clarity on ourselves to help us shift maybe in a better direction, or a direction that we're more destined for the longer term. So I wonder if some of you with the Chariot are kind of realizing that something you thought you wanted to do, or a direction that you've been headed in, maybe not quite the way you want to wind up. It doesn't mean that you're not going to wind up there. Sometimes I feel this Chariot card can indicate there's more than one way to wind up in a certain direction as well. So there could be a certain shortcut or something that is available to you to help you with this journey or simplify this journey a little bit. Because I wonder with the Hierophant, if whatever this is, if there's like a little bit of a easier way about it, or maybe there's a side way or something kind of available to you to kind of, I don't want to say cut corners, but make the process a little easier. Let's see what else we get for you guys. I need one card for my Capricorn, please. One card. Okay, Bobcat Spirit, Life is a Mystery. Tiger's Eye, Overcome Your Fears. And Azulite, Get Laser Focused. Oh, and let's see what we got here, these two. The Grim Reaper, The Relationship is Over, No Second Chances, Grow and Transform Your Life. And the Sword and Rose, Clarity, Truth, Revelation, Solidarity, Force, Honor, Protect, Power. Or protection, I should say. And Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Okay, let me smoosh some of this together. Now, oh, I just dropped everybody. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm gonna come this way. Okay. Now, so life is a Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. Now, I think this is saying that I just feel like I wonder if there's a way that you need to see a little bit outside. Maybe that's going with the Chariot in reverse, because I feel like maybe this is a little bit of an outside the box almost way to get somewhere. And I think sometimes we are so fixated on a destination or how something should be that sometimes we don't realize that there's more than one way or more than the ways we see something. So I wonder if this is saying that kind of, I don't want to say something is going to work out in your favor, but maybe something mysterious is just going to kind of work out for you, or you're going to figure something out. And that kind of intuition is like the mystery. Because sometimes we get, at least I get intuition about something, or I got a thought, something jumps in my head. I'm like, oh my God, that solves my problem. How that happens is a mystery. So I would say maybe this is even saying that you have to pay attention to your intuition a little bit, or your inner guide. And I think as you go through the Hermit phase, you'll be able to tap into that a little bit more. But I definitely think there's something within some type of structure that can benefit you or is worth exploring. Tiger's Eye, overcome your fears. And I definitely think that's kind of the hermit energy, kind of going within and finding a level of peace. Because to me, the Eight of Swords doesn't really have the peace. You know, this is a very kind of stressful card. It's about feeling restricted, being restricted. It's about kind of just having that stress. But the Nine of Cups and the Hermit are more peaceful cards. They're kind of more happier cards. So, and Azurite, get laser focused. I wonder if that's really going with the Hierophant here, because this is recommended for you. I wonder if there's something that you should start focusing on. And I think if you do this self-reflection and kind of introspection, because this is going to determine, well, where do you really want to go in life? What do you really want in life? And I think something with the Hierophant, some kind of societal aspect could be beneficial for you this week. The Grim Reaper, the relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. And I wonder if some of you, this Eight of Swords energy, this could be something that you've been tied to or restricted by is finished now. And I really feel like, you know, it's kind of, you're moved on in a sense, or you found some kind of peace. The Sword and Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. I kind of think that's going with between the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Cups. I think whatever was over, you got a little bit of clarity from, and that's why you're kind of having this peaceful moment. And maybe this clarity also will continue with the Hermit when you kind of go within. And you're probably going to realize that something you've been doing or wanted may not quite be exactly what you want in the end. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energies to others. And I think this is just saying, I think you should kind of be in this lighthearted energy right now, because the Eight of Swords is very heavy. But the Nine of Cups and the Hermit, it's a little bit more, I don't want to say lighthearted, because the Hermit is trying to figure certain aspects of the person's self out. So that could be kind of tricky. But overall, I think it's a little bit more kind of playful. And then maybe the Hierophant would be indicating that you should join some kind of social aspect to connect with other people or something. So let's get some quotes. Let's see. You can throw in the towel, or you can use it to wipe the sweat off your face. So I definitely think some of you have really been kind of going through it. And I think almost like, I don't want to say this might be a pause a little bit. I don't think you're done with whatever you're trying to go after, because sometimes things they're just not a straight line, or they just don't happen kind of quickly. So I definitely think there's something of value within maybe an educational system or some type of social aspect, or even some type of like hobby or club or something. Now, for some of you, this could indicate that you've been restricted by something, but you found some peace. So when I was doing this last program that I just completed, it took me a while. And I thought at one point when I started, I thought it's kind of something that I wanted to maybe do. But then as I was doing it, I just had this like epiphany. I went through this whole kind of mental shift. And I realized, I'm happy I'm completing this. I'm happy I'm going to have this. But this may not be exactly where my life is going. So I put all that time, effort, and energy into something that's probably going to just sit on a resume and sit in a in a drawer, you know. But I don't regret doing it, because it was a very transformative experience in a way. It was very stressful, so I had to go through that. And I learned a lot about myself, and I learned about better ways for me to study. So I don't regret doing it, because it's one of those things, you do it, you have it. But you might be going through this too. Like, you might have really went hard for something and had all these restrictions, and then you had this moment where you realize maybe that's not what you want in life. Maybe that's not quite the direction. The direction you were chasing might not be the way you want to go. And then you're kind of feeling content, but now you have to figure out where do you want to go. And then the Hierophant could be saying like, there's a better direction. So now I'm back in school again for something else, but I think it's probably going to be aligning a little bit more with what I'm going to wind up doing anyway. So that's what that could be for some of you, but you'll know for yourself. Life is not, we don't always have the answers, and sometimes we try things out. At least you try it out, Okay, let's see what Spirit of the Dish. And honestly, I'm at the point where I keep going back to school. I'm like, I'm just a hobbyist now. Like, even if I don't use this current thing, whatever, I'm just like a hobbyist at this point. So that's how I see it. I'm like, oh, screw it. I'm just going to go back and just do it. And then just like, it's something to do almost. It's like my hobby, I guess, Anyway, but it's good to keep the brain kind of going around stuff, though. Okay, let's get a Spirit of the Dish for my Capricorns. And you have the Queen of Manes, which is the spirit of the turkey. Oh, and I dropped that. Okay. Okay, so that was the 8th house. Okay, let me just organize myself. So for dinner and a movie, you have thriller movies and Chinese food. You have the energy of Scorpio and Cancer here. And Scorpios could be about transformation and major changes. And Cancers are about emotions and habits. Now, this could be energy you need to tap into, be aware of, or somebody that you're dealing with. We have Neptune, and he's about vision, creativity, and illusions. And then we have Mars here, which is about energy, initiative, and it could be a little bit about like temper, but it has like that fiery kind of spark to it. You have the 3rd house, which represents communication, intellect, communities, and relationships. And then you have the 8th house, which represents change, transformation, debts, and secrets. So T X O T P U L 520. And you have faith, which I think is very important. I think that's going with the life is a mystery, that you just have to have faith in something, or even faith in yourself. And you have the palm tree. So to me, what is the palm tree saying? I think the palm tree is kind of going with this flirt energy a little bit. Palm trees are kind of fun. They're always about, they make me think of vacation, because there's no palm trees where I live. So every time I see a palm tree, I think of a palm tree. It's kind of like a vacation, kind of chill mode. And yeah, so maybe some of you have to have that, especially because you came off of the 8 of Swords moment where it's very restrictive, it's very stressful. Maybe this is saying you got to have a little bit of fun in doing something. Okay. Now, it is time. Think of your question, and here we go. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls. What is the answer to Capricorn's question? It says, as I see it, yes. There you go. The 8-ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.